You serious?
Sorry about that.
That's a design to say I've had a good Christmas.
Yeah, that is. Whoa, that was a good one. This is How to Kill an Hour. My name is Marcus Bronzy,
And I'm Producer Bill. How's
yeah,
it
man.
going?
Oh, I think that burp summed up Christmas, all in one go, man. I have never felt so fat in my life, bro. I mean, I'm eating a lot at the moment. I'm big Bronzy at the moment. I'm not trim Bronzy. My God, it was absolutely disgusting the amount that I consumed over Christmas. I feel like there's going to be a legend amongst me for turkeys. Like, there's a beast. He can eat one of you in 10 seconds. Like, bro, I've eaten so much meat and cheese and drank brandy with full fat Coca-Cola as well. And had cake and minced pies. No Brussels sprouts though.
Sweets, chocolate.
No, I've not had room, bruv. What did I have? I had some roses. I had like the straw, and I had the sweetest ones, the strawberry flavored roses.
You're not a heroes or celebrations kind of guy.
Nah, man, they're new school. I'm a roses or quality street kind of guy. Well, you know about quality street. You get me?
All right, fair enough. Well, Quality Street, I do like the turkey penny. The turkey penny? The toffee penny.
The toffee penny. I've lost a tooth on one of those. When I was a kid, I had a wobbly tooth. Jumped into one of those and it took my tooth with it.
Must have been a good penny.
It was a strong one. Do you like the pennies when they're warmed up? Are you a sucker or a chewer? Do you suck the penny, Bill, or do you chew it down and then swallow?
Both. A bit of both.
You're a sucker than a swallow? Chew, suck and swallow?
Hey, pause. I don't know. Just sometimes you could just chew it, but then again, no.
Sometimes, yeah, instinct gets you over in the suck and swallow.
I'll have to wait.
Suck and swallow instinct just kicks in and you just crack on then, yeah, Bill?
Pause. Just pause.
Bill's smiling. Do you want a toffee now?
No, I'm good.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
good.
All right. You've had your fill of toffees? Yeah, man. I've just ate and drank so much and I don't think I'm going to stop until 2020, mate.
No?
Nah, man. You know when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're a little bit peckish, what do you do usually?
I'd be like, I'm hungry, and then go back to sleep again.
Same. That's what I usually do. Instead, I've been like, turkey sandwich, whatever. If I'm going to have a turkey sandwich, might as well put some stuffing in it. Might as well have some gravy on it as well. Might as well.
Hang on a minute.
What? You don't know about
gravy
in the sandwich. You don't know how to, bruv. 1 second.
You need a knife and fork to eat that sandwich.
Of course, it's a Christmas sandwich that doesn't go everywhere. Yeah, needs to maybe not a knife and fork, but like you don't know about a moist maker. Yeah,
I'm not having this. Hang on.
A piece of bread, 3 pieces of bread. Yeah,
big question coming
up.
Go on. Thick gravy or watery gravy?
Thick gravy, man. I'm a
thick gravy all day.
I'm a thick gravy. I like that thick juice. Come on, man. I'm not about that water gravy. Oh, is that what you're thinking? Like water gravy? No, I like
it depends how thick your gravy is.
Thick gravy, man. My gravy's thick. Anyone comes around me, better know that I'm producing the thickest gravy known to mankind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I will deliver it batch after batch every Christmas. It's out there, mate. So I got the thick gravy, and yeah, man, just been smashing those sandwiches, and cake, and sweets. And biscuits and cheese as well. It's been great.
Just
man.
Everything.
I feel like my cholesterol, my heart level's just been higher for the last few days because I've been pumping around all this junk. Anyway, so this is the Boxing Day episode of How to Kill an Hour. We were joined by Kae Kurd very recently. We're going to jump into that real soon. Kae Kurd is an absolutely amazing comedian. He has been writing with Charlie Brooker, the guy behind Black Mirror. He's been writing some comedy with him for some content that's been out over the Christmas season, actually. I definitely do not say this lightly. Keep an eye out for this guy because big things are already happening. He's not just destined for them. We're going to jump into that interview soon. But yeah, go on. What's up, Bill?
Big things and big rings.
Big things and big... What's that mean?
That's Drake and Future.
Oh, yeah. Big rings. Okay, yeah. Hip-hop reference that I missed. What am I playing at? I'm about to jump into that. But first, we've got a little conversation about some ways to kill time. Now, it's probably the wrong time of year for us to be pitching Christmas presents to you, but I think the relevance of this potential product could be something that could change lives for people. Now, I know that over the Christmas period, everyone's had a lot of Christmas parties over the last few weeks. People are going out for Boxing Day, having a few beverages, hooking up because, yeah, it's cuffing season, but some people are still single. And, I believe that some people have been caught short in the past. You know what I mean? Getting ready for a little bit of nookie, yeah? And then one of you goes, you got Johnny? You got any protection? Have you got something? And the other, and you both look at each other like, whoa. So way back in 2013, Durex ran a marketing campaign called SOS Condom. Can we just play a quick clip of that, Billy? And then we'll get back into the real life version.
Everybody knows that particular situation when a date starts off really well. And then she asks that terrible question, do you have a condom? But did you ever notice that you never have a condom when you need it? There is a solution. SOS Condoms application. SOS Condoms will save your date in every situation, wherever the place, and our teams will take care of the rest. And find the best way to deliver to you personally. Here is SOS Condoms, the new application powered by Durex. SOS Condoms. It will save your date.
So there you have it. SOS Condom from Durex. Now, this was quite a funny little fake app that wasn't really a real thing, but we found out recently at How to Kill an Hour that it may actually become a thing in China and parts of Latin America. Now, lovers in Colombia, Argentina, Brazil, Peru, and Mexico can get rubbers delivered in up to 30 minutes. 30 minutes. You know what, Bill? Things can cool off in 30 minutes, you know. What do you do for 30 minutes? Some people might just be like, I can't be bothered. Other people might be like, 30 minutes, I can't wait.
Might just go to the shop yourself.
Yeah, if you go to the shop yourself with your radium boner. Walk into, don't wear, yeah, you got to either tuck it. You know the waistband tuck at school, the tuck up. Come on, Bill, we all know about it, the tuck up. When I was at school and my teenage dick just wanted to just come out for no reason and just get a massive erection, you have to tuck it up. Luckily, my uniform was a tracksuit bottom.
Starting in the middle of maths, just learning about Pythagoras theorem.
Yeah.
And ding.
Like, Pythagoras has nothing to do with sex. It's like, hey, but 3.146. Anyway, yeah, so they can deliver it in 30 minutes, which, like, as Billy said, is all right. But, you know, in Shanghai, Alibaba, a huge retail company, delivering condoms between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. Those are definitely nookie hours where the shop might be closed, though.
Imagine if someone asked you, what do you do for a job? Oh, I
save lives.
Yeah, I work overnight, and okay, you work night shift. Yeah, I do.
Work overnight.
What do you do? Oh, I deliver condoms.
Save lives. I save lives, bro. That's what I do. I'm out here saving lives.
I mean, the world population is getting quite large, 8 billion people. I mean, he's kind of trying to keep that low.
Yeah. Who would be the best people to deliver condoms in the UK if this actually became a thing here?
Chris Eubank.
Chris Eubanks. Why Chris Eubanks, Billy, specifically? I was thinking more like Deliveroo, bruv.
Oh, okay.
Why Chris Eubanks of all people?
I just thought it'd be quite funny. I mean, you laughed.
Deliveroo would be a good one. That would be nice. Or Uber.
Or the guy that goes... remember that this year or last year before? There was
why are you coming fast?
That guy, you knew what I was going to say.
Why are you coming fast?
That guy.
That would be great. What, him delivering that? Don't come fast. There you go. So, I mean, I think I'm all up for them having a service like this. How much would you pay for a condom? I have seen toilet attendants I've been in clubs quite a bit, obviously DJ and stuff. I've seen a toilet attendant charge a man who was desperate for a condom £5 British.
Should they just put money in the machine, in the thing on the wall?
No machine, bruv. There was no machine there. And he, do you know what? I thought, fucking hell, supply and demand at its best. This is a pure example of supply and demand. Because that condom was like it was like a Duraflex. It wasn't a Durex. But this guy looked at him and said, looked at the toilet attendant, can I have a condom? He's like, £5. And the guy was like, you're a cunt. Boy, anyway.
That's like that. That's like when you have burger vans outside, or you have the corner shop. It's expensive, but you can't be asked to walk to the shop. So it's like,
water at a festival that isn't, the tap stuff. If you get bottled water or food.
Food outside a football stadium.
Yeah.
10 quid for a burger and chips.
For shit in a
tray. And there's no drink.
Yeah. But however, I would pay a little bit more if it was one of these newfangled condoms that we've also got an article about on How to Kill an Hour. And that is the self-lubricating condom. They're a thing now, Billy. A self-lubricating condom. And that is, bruv, we've come a long way, you know. Do you know what we used to use as condoms, Billy?
Pig intestines.
That's right, livestock intestines. Now, I believe that probably half of that preventing sex happening would be, I believe half of that would be just people seeing that and going, nah, we're not doing it. Even the guy goes, not putting that on. Or he puts it on and the woman goes, yeah, nah, it's not happening. Can you imagine that? Strapping up with a bit of pig intestine.
It's a bit...
Fucking hell.
How
does that work? Did they wash it
brings
out?
Brings a whole new meaning to porked.
Oh, porking. Do you think that's where it came from? Oh, yeah, give it a good porking.
Imagine, it could have been.
So yeah, do you reckon?
What, the joke or that came from that?
Yeah.
Possibly.
And was it a fresh piece of livestock intestine? Because that's like bloody and shit, man.
It's got to be
and
clean,
shitty.
surely.
It's shitty because it's an intestine. Intestines handle shit.
Yeah, moving on.
So, especially if you're well endowed, you can't be going for that small intestine. You got to go for that large intestine. You get me, fam? And that's got the real poo bits in it. You get me? Yeah, go on.
Gonna need a hog.
A hog. That's it. Actually, I was speaking to a German person the other day about different casual ways of saying sex. Like, you know, like we're talking about slang ways of having sex. So I was like, yeah, like, so for example, here we've got like bang, smash. Smash is quite international. Like they knew about that. They were like, yeah, know about smash. And I asked for a literal translation. Now there's a German translation, which means you've had sex with someone. It's like kind of like a guy thing to say, like, yeah, bang the shit out of it, smash the granny out of it. You know, them kind of ones, yeah? And its literal translation is I punched her away.
What?
That's what it means. So, when German people are bragging about sex or bros, they're saying, yeah, bro, I punched her away, bro.
It's so odd.
I punched her away, man. Fucking hell, punching someone away. That sounds disgraceful, bruv.
Doesn't sound very loving.
It beats smash the granny out of. You get me? Which I think is the most disgusting term. What do you think is the most used term around you and your mates? The most bro-y thing. I'm not saying you say it, Billy. I know you want to pretend you're a nice guy.
Twatted.
You twatted her. Rah. Nasty. Anyway, so condoms at the moment can come ribbed. They can come lubricated. They can even glow in the dark. Hell, that's fucking funny. Huh? Star Wars. Also, they can come with self-warming gels and stuff like that. But now they can self-lubricate. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation ran a competition to see who could build the best condom. And basically a research team created a condom which gets slippery and wet. Specially designed layer of hydrophilic polymers coat the condom surface. When they're rubbed, aka activated, the moisture becomes slick. They become slick and moisty. So basically they're made out of stuff that's not that lubey, but as soon as it comes into some contact with physical warmth and body, they start to get slimy. That's quite nice, isn't it? Now that's good because condom usually wears out. Lubricant usually wears out off a condom, right? Unless you're mad sick like me, you get me. But yeah, but this special condom doesn't. Apparently you get 1,000 thrusts out of it. I don't know. It says apparently typical sex intercourse is anywhere between 100 and 500 thrusts.
I was about to say,
really?
There's a stat on the
100
website.
thrusts. 100 thrusts. It's not doing us any favors for numbers, that average, is it?
I mean,
for timing,
some
innit?
people
That's
with some got a mental image there of you fapping.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's like 98 more pumps than 2 pumps on a wiggle. And I'm not saying that's what I do, but you know, it happens to all of us. Now, the researchers were awarded £100,000 to complete these condoms. Now, Billy, there's more information here, but I just want to know where you can get these condoms from and when.
You can't.
Not yet. But 73% of the 33 who participated in the condom testing said they preferred the new condom design, and they said they'd also be more likely to use a condom if it was inherently slippery. While those who never used the condom stated they consider using one of the self-lubricated ones if they existed. There we go. As long as it's not like a comedic slippery, like you take it out of the packet, it's like, you drop it.
What was that?
You know, like that. Oh, it's just dropped on the floor. But yeah, there you go. Self-lubricating condoms. On to something a little bit more sensible. Electric cars, Billy. How long do you think they've been around for?
2 years.
2 years. I'd say 10 before I read this article. 1899. New York City's taxi cabs. 90% of them were electric vehicles. These cabs were built by the Electric Carriage and Wagon Company in Philadelphia.
So if only that had carried on, we'd never even have petrol cars. We'd only have electric.
Exactly. Furthermore, in 1899 and 1900, electric cars were outside. Sorry. There were more of them than there are other types of cars, apparently, though. This includes gas and steam-powered ones. The Baker Torpedo, a 1902 electric vehicle, became the first car to have an aerodynamic body, which enclosed the driver and the platform.
Torpedo.
The torpedo.
How-
It reached
how
80 miles an
fast does
hour.
that sound?
80 miles an hour. That's fucking fast.
Back then, that would have been light years ahead of everything else.
Exactly. Further tests said it reached speeds of 120 miles per hour. Rapid.
It's not bad, especially in 1899, was it you said?
Yeah, 1902. It's not bad at all. Now, while they propelled in the 1880s, when Thomas Edison invented the light bulb also increased the distribution of electricity and provided the infrastructure needed for an electric car to be viable for the public. Right?
I mean, when you think about it, 1902 is only what, 1.5 persons, 100 years.
Yeah. You mean generations?
It's not that long.
1.5 persons.
One person and 20
right.
years old.
You're right. And steam powered cars needed 45 minutes on a cold day to get going. But basically, it was, the death of the electric car. I mean, we can talk more about it if you want. Should we go right? So basically, they were very popular. In 1914, the Detroit electric car, which had a range of 80 miles on a single charge, was the favorite car. None other than Clara Ford, Henry Ford's wife. He bought the car for her, despite the fact that at the time his company was basically presently breaking the balls of the electric car industry. So that's right. Henry Ford's wife had one of these. And in fact, when I went and looked at the Mustang, they actually had a picture of the car up, the new Mustang electric vehicle. They had a picture of this car up and some information about Clara kind of saying she wanted to get involved in this electric vehicle business. Interesting, isn't it? They cost $1,000, which is, I don't know what that is in today's money.
A lot.
Lavish models were $3,000.
Even more.
Yeah, you go. Yeah. But in 1915, Henry Ford was able to offer cars for $500. So that's about $10,000 in English right now. All right. And his hugely innovative assembly line construction was the main reason for offering his cars so cheaply compared to the electric vehicles, making them way more affordable. So as you can see, that kind of made electric cars a bit more redundant. So by 1935, the electric car was dead. Made a comeback in the 60s for a little bit, wasn't very successful. I believe there were some cabs about 10 years ago. I think Ford had a hand in there in New York. Didn't catch. But over the last few years, we've obviously had the Nissan Leafs. We had big rise of kind of plug-in hybrids and full EVs. So here we are in the electric vehicle world. I've given you some chat for Christmas time.
I think Elon has kind of helped propel that into
yeah, but his truck looks so dumb, bruv.
I quite like looking at it.
Do you like it? How can you, bruv? You like it? I don't
Not like it. I can see the reason behind it.
What's the reason for it looking like a block of Lego?
The material they've made out of can't bend, so it's built to be like solid. So it can't bend, so it's done like that. So it's meant to be like really hard wearing and.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Still looks ugly though. So yeah, before we jump into the interview with Kae, Billy's like, whatever, mate. A device that I had some fun with over Christmas time has been the Pure Stream R. Put simply, it is a small portable radio, DAB and Bluetooth player from Pure, which are known for very high quality radios.
It is hefty.
It is quite heavy, isn't it? It's quite heavy.
But
it packs a punch. It sounds great. There's a video of me unboxing it for our feature on YouTube called What's in the Box? So you can check that out. But in short, it's great to know that you have a Bluetooth device you can play your Apple Music or Spotify from, DAB, and also it's connected to Alexa as well. So you can say, hey, Alexa, play the How to Kill an Hour podcast, and it'll play it. Hey, Alexa, play the How to Kill an Hour podcast. Shout out to you if you've got. Hey, Siri, play the How to Kill an Hour podcast. Hey, Google, play the How to Kill an Hour podcast. I'm just saying that to see if it plays on anyone's devices there. But yeah, it's Alexa integrated, so you can say, hey, Alexa, play the podcast. And I'll be honest, it was fun. Enjoyed it. Battery's all right as well. Lasted quite a bit, but I kept it charging most of the time, if I'm honest. But yeah, it's nice. I'll tell you what's good. Combining Spotify, you can do collaborative playlists now on Spotify. So I can have a playlist, share it with you, Bill, and you can add tracks to it as I do. So you can make a little party playlist. Nice.
Solid.
Yeah. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into our interview with Kae Kurd. This is the second time he popped on the show, and we brought him on to discuss his amazing achievement of being on live at the Apollo and loads of other stuff. So without further ado, Billy, let's press play on it.
Are you serious?
Well, this is How to Kill an Hour. My name is Marcus Bronzy. This is the show where we like to find new ways to kill time and invite guests on that like to find new ways to kill time or provide ways for us to kill time. On today's show, for the second time, I'd like to welcome back Kae Kurd. Let's have a round of applause.
Yes.
I feel like
Yes.
the John Cena music would be appropriate for you right now.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Music? Hey, gunshots, everything.
Welcome back to the show, man.
Thanks for having me, man. This is one of my favourite places to come as a guest.
Oh, thank you very much. I think it's because we let you just do what you want to do on this podcast.
It's great. It's great. And I've been seeing the caliber of guests rise. Oh my days. You're going up in the world.
I think that's why we're having you back, because you're going up in the world, bro.
Well, oh my gosh. Yeah, thank you, man.
We've got loads to talk about on today's show.
I'm becoming a pretty big deal now. I mean, it's about fucking time.
Man.
Come on, Jesus Christ. I've been working at it for ages now.
Exactly. Working out.
I'm playing. Humility is fun, lads. Be humble.
But you were on our first podcast where we had the full backstory and how you got into comedy.
Yeah.
It's like, can we get the number of that podcast, please, Billy, up? Where we had a full conversation with you about how you got into comedy, how you transitioned from a period of transition.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my Man United supporters. How you had your period of transition from kind of wanting to get into comedy to getting into comedy. And now, like, I just want to talk about everything that you've been up to over the last few months, because you've been absolutely nailing it. Episode 30, is it 105?
305.
305.
Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide, Pitbull.
Yeah, so listen to that episode if you want the full background. But yeah, man.
What happened to Pitbull, by the way?
I think he's counting his money, you know. He fucking nailed it.
Have you ever seen any of Pitbull's early work and then you compare it? Pitbull used to be able to spit, you know?
Yeah, he had some tunes.
Pitbull was hard and then it was like...
He went where the money was.
We are the hotel, motel, holiday. I was like, Pitbull's gone, you know?
As a money move.
Him and Flow Rider.
Yeah.
Flow Rider, all that money, never fixed his hairline, just went bald.
Yeah, man.
It's weird, isn't it?
Do you know that man weave is a thing as well? That's
oh my gosh, I saw that today. There's man weave. It costs a lot of money to make as well, though.
1,500. I mean, that's technically technology. So one way you could kill time.
How could you tell though? Because like I'm looking at your hair, like it looks suspicious. Because it's got waves and that. You just need the AirPods.
Yeah, AirPods and waves, and then it's a blatant hair job.
Yeah.
But for 15, is it 1,500 quid or is it 15,000? Well, like the
I
price
think it's
of it,
1,500.
So for 1,500 quid, if you're balding on top, there is a barber that will super glue an afro to your head.
Yeah.
And then shave it afterwards. And apparently they do it with beards as well.
It wouldn't be good for my kind of hair, but like.
Why wouldn't it work with your hair?
Why would I want an afro? It would be some like weird version of blackface. You're gonna get me cancelled or something.
A super tanning session. Like you go away for 3 months.
Yeah.
Tan bed
I look
every
like
day.
Robert Downey Jr. in that film. What was it? Tropic Thunder or whatever it was. He looks so weird.
Fuck.
No, not afro. You can get any kind of hair, can't you?
You can get any kind of weave slapped onto your head top. And it's
The
a
glue
natural
is
thing.
mad because they glue it onto your bald head.
Yeah. LeBron done it.
What, LeBron got a hair transplant?
Yeah. LeBron's hairline. Oh yeah, LeBron's hairline.
James. I love how
he done a reverse moonwalk.
We're talking about like men's hairlines on this podcast. It's great.
But I mean, today, like now, the thing is though, women have been doing this for years, and in this day and age, 2019, it's all about equal rights. So really, should men be being ridiculed for having a hairpiece? And I 100% think yes.
100%. 100%.
Be bald and proud, man.
Yeah, if you're gonna go bald though, like grow a beard.
Yeah, grow
Don't
a beard.
be a child in it. Like be be mature about it. Grow a beard. Like shape it up. Do all sorts. Like keep your beard looking fresh.
Yeah.
But don't just go bald and then shave like everything else, because then you just look like, I know that's weird.
Unwell. You look a bit unwell, if I'm honest.
You look like a Malteser or something.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool.
Or like, you know the white chocolate Maltesers? They're weird, bruv.
Yeah, that's off
like
key.
those ones, yeah.
Do you have strong hairline in your family though? Do you think?
Yeah, we got a good hairline. We just go grey early.
Okay.
So I've already got a couple greys coming, but I get a skin fade, so no one really sees it.
But you can wear grey well though. Grey makes you look distinguished.
That's what I'm saying. You see when the grey comes, hey, listen, I want it to all come in like one stripe or something. Do you know what I mean? Because if it comes like a bit here, I'll dye the rest, you know?
Yeah.
I'll dye the rest grey. I mean, I'll do it like that just to make it look cool. But
like a male Storm from X-Men.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Like I've got some superpower, like I was in the lab and then something happened. But yeah, fuck it. Like I'll rock the grey, but we got a strong hairline on my dad's side especially. But we just go, only one of my uncles on my dad's side has gone bald. The rest have still got their hair, even like 60, 70, like they're just grey. Sticking on.
Yeah. They must rip the uncle that's got no hair then, innit?
No. Because the worst thing, he's younger than a lot of them. So it's just mad. But but he's like the funniest one out of them. So I think Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No point ripping him. Like,
He learned to cope. That's why.
Yeah,
he learned to deal the clapbacks
yeah, he went
out.
bald from like, when I've seen pictures of him in like uni, like
Seriously.
bald, just gone.
I had some mates at uni.
More
that
like
were using that.
balding.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, one of my friends went bald at like 20 as well. Just
Yeah,
went
and my mate went just for the full trimming it all off. Like, so he had a
Yeah.
good beard. I trimmed it all off, and to be fair, he looked fine. I think if I started losing my hair, which I don't, very low, very unlikely, I'm going to lose all my hair on the top. I will just trim it all off. Hope that I have a head shape that doesn't look too weird. Doesn't have too
Do
many
you know
angles
what
and
I
corners in it.
envisage with you? I reckon you're gonna be that dad. As you're gonna put on weight when you're older, 100%.
Already happening.
Older, like
Yeah.
granddad, and you're gonna just be there. Like Marcus is just gonna be the cool guy, but he's always got like a bit of rum or brandy with him, and he's sitting in a corner, and he's like, "Kids, come around, let me show you the gadgets we had back in the day." Do you know what I mean? You know what this is? This is a cassette. We used to record Chase FM and them kind of things. That's what I can just see you doing, bro. It would be. It's a lovely image.
I'm almost there. This Christmas is gonna pretty much be me sitting on a couch with a glass of brandy in my hand, looking at some retro films and tech. So yeah, I'm all over that. Right. Anyway, enough about me though, bruv.
Let's get on to it.
We do like to talk about how we've been killing time, right?
Yeah.
And we always find a way to kill some time, and we talk about it before the show kicks off. Now, luckily, we're kind of differing opinions at the next thing I'm going to talk about. Before we press record, we played a new game off that. It's not developed by Apple, but it's part of the Apple Arcade setup that they got on the new iOS upgrade, where you basically pay $4.99 a month, and there's loads of games you can download for free within that $5.99. So there's like 100 games at the moment. There'll be loads. One of my favorites was a game called What the Golf.
It's a horrible game. Absolute trash.
And it's a game for people that don't like golf. So yeah, what was your experience like?
I thought that was absolute trash. I thought, like, if you know, in a game, right? Like, why do so many people play FIFA? Because they're shit at football.
Yeah,
like, even though they think, but you play FIFA because you're living out your dreams in it.
Yeah.
Like, don't overcomplicate golf for me in it. Like, if you're gonna make a game about golf, let me be good at golf in it. Let me channel my inner Tiger Woods. Let me get the little lines and think like, oh, remember the angles in maths that I was doing and stuff.
Yeah.
Let me bang it in that way. Don't try and like get me to hit like a human being and then kill a cat and then whatever. And it's like, oh, it's a golf game. Get the hell out of it.
See,
man.
I was like the opposite frame of mind. I was like, oh, I hope this isn't like a super like you've got to be specific golf game where I've got to spend 20 minutes getting my right 9-iron club. Have I got the right gloves? Have I got
you
the
don't
right
need to go that
endorsement
specific
deal?
with it.
Oh, there are games like that out there.
Oh,
though.
is it?
Oh, come on, bro. You know,
Oh,
like
right,
the train
okay.
simulators and
no,
golf
you don't need to do all of that
Yeah.
nonsense. But just like let me hit the ball at a right angle and the right power to get into the hole. That's the basics.
I like the fact
Keep the
that
basics.
one level you're hitting a golf ball, another level you're hitting a house, another level you're hitting the flag at a large
Do you know what that
ball.
just reminds me of, bro? You know when you were younger and if you lived on a council estate, that was all your games. Like you find a Coke can, yo, it's football.
Yes.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
like,
Wow, you've just broken me down, bro. I'm like, oh.
like you kicked anything and
Yeah.
it's like it became a football match. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so that's why it was too close to the childhood.
Okay. All right. Well, you just brought me back, bro. I'm like, yeah, man.
Nah, you were a
Sipping
popular kid in
Capri
school,
Sun.
weren't you?
I wasn't an unpopular kid at school. I'll say it.
No, I bet you were popular because you're tall and handsome, bruv. I bet you got girls from like when you were born, in it.
I thought you were gonna say
You know
something
those
else.
guys, innit? You know those guys that were just attractive from the moment they were born. There was no need to develop game. It just came. Like,
You just said I got no game.
I said it just came.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
do you know what I mean? Like it was just like you didn't have to like actually go through trial and error. It just happened.
I'll say this: there weren't many like stunners at my school. So you know, there's a
Doesn't
lot.
matter,
So
bro.
there was only a select choice. And I will say this though, like this was a bragging point. This isn't for me now, but you know, when I was in year 8, I might have been, you know, talking to the year 10s. right? And
Okay.
2 years.
Okay.
2 years isn't a big deal when you're an adult, but when you're at high school.
His surname might be Bronzy, but he was getting for gold. Hey,
but-
listen, this guy.
Hey. But yeah, no, when I was in year 8, I was talking to the year 10 girls, and the hardest thing about that was the guys in their year wanted to beat me up. And they've got like 2 years puberty on me, man. They were like giants to me. I felt like we were playing Space Jam.
I can't imagine.
And I
you
was like
short,
Bugs
though.
Bunny.
I can't imagine you short. Anyway, where were we?
Yeah, we've gone way off the rails.
Yeah.
And this is what happens when Kae Kurd's on the show. So What the Golf played it. It's not a simulation. It's nothing to do. It is to do with golf, but it's kind of, they've warped it. I liked it. So if you're into games that are kind of tricky and crazy out there, I like it. If you're not and you like sim stuff, then I suppose.
Is that
it's
your
not a cup of tea
favorite
for you.
one on the arcade?
So far, yeah.
I haven't checked it out. I need to. I'm quite interested in tech and gadgets, but games are like a whole.
There's one called Assemble, which is super neaky. It's like you basically fix broken things, and I loved it. Like you get like a broken cassette player, and you get to use a screwdriver, take it apart, and fix it. And I was
That
thinking,
sounds like my kind of thing.
really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I loved
yeah,
it, man. It's got like a backstory, so someone will come up to you and be like, "Oh, I've broken my tape player, and it's got like recordings of me and my mum having a good time who isn't around
Oh, and then you
anymore."
have to work out how to fix it.
Yeah, you open it
Oh
up.
my god,
Yeah.
that sounds so sick. I wouldn't fix it in real life. But like,
In real life, what would you say?
in real life, I'd be like, that's long, you
get
know.
an iPod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, why are you using that?
Yeah.
But no, that sounds sick. That sounds sick. That's a game I'd play.
Yeah. All right. Wicked. All right. Cool. Assemble. All right. We'll put links to that in the show description. But so comedy wise, man, what do you want to talk about first, Kay? Because
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I got to a stage in my life where I was like, if you're not going to give me anything, show, don't tell. Go out there, make your own things. Like I wanted to just start, like I've always wanted to just create, and then it was just about biting the bullet and just creating rather than waiting for anybody to give you an opportunity. And funnily enough, when you actually create your own stuff and people like it, opportunities arise from that. So more of a story, quit moaning and get on with it.
So when you did that, what was the outcome?
So cassette player. So when I did, so firstly, I wanted to do a podcast for ages, and then me and a few other comedians, we came up with a Quotas Full podcast, and then that went from strength to strength. We sold out a live show. That's all. We recorded that as well. We'll put out that footage soon as well.
Okay. You filmed that too?
We filmed it too.
Film it.
Do you know what? I might show you a draft of the filming.
I'd love to
off
see
camera.
that.
Yeah. But it was an absolutely incredible energy in that thing, and it was weird. You were like, oh my gosh, like these people listen to us every week, and they've come out paid money to see us live just to chat shit, and it was an incredible feeling. So how we did it as well, we were in the round. And we had people around us, and they were listening to it. So it felt a lot more immersive. So it didn't just feel like, you usually go to a live podcast, they're on a stage or whatever, but we're on a stage all the time doing stand-up. We thought, why don't we have them as part, we're in there, in the crowd, and they're with us. So it was really cool. Lots of exciting stuff happening with that as well. And I filmed my own special in April, and I released it in July. And that's, it's just over 19,000 views at the moment on YouTube.
Ching. And how did that come about? Like, what was the process? Did you just write the show and say?
So it was a show that I'd done. I had an hour show that I'd taken to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival and whatever. But I really just thought, like, like you're seeing Netflix specials and all of these things, and I was like, right, okay, well, I'm not at a stage in my career right now where Netflix are probably going to knock on my door and go, whatever, like, do you want a special? And I was like, but I feel like my show might be funnier than a lot of the people. No disrespect to anyone, but I felt like
name names.
but I felt like it was funny enough to be on a platform like that. But and I was also looking at social trends. I feel like a lot of the time when you tell people I'm a comedian or I'm in any aspect of work in entertainment, people are like, oh, you're on Instagram or you're on YouTube. And I was thinking to myself, the way I got into comedy was watching people on YouTube. Like I used to watch Chappelle and Chris Rock and all these guys on YouTube. I was like, and now with YouTube being where it's at, like it makes even more sense that would be the first point of call for any young person or like even people my age to go onto to discover comedy. So I was like, I'm going to film a special that's going to be Netflix standard or like, like it could be on TV. So it's going to be in 4K. It's going to be the same sort of setup, but I'm going to do it, but I'm going to put it on YouTube. Because I'll be like that. Because you won't get the money for it that you probably would do selling it to a TV company or whatever. But one, you own it, and two, it's about the long game. It's the exposure it gives you. It's how far it gets shared. I had people tweeting me from Switzerland, Singapore, India, Sweden, German, like just places where I was like, I didn't even know like you guys would like. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't know it would translate there. So sorry, I didn't know it would translate there, and it was mind-boggling to me. And I was like, okay, so this is the power of the internet. And the great thing is I can cut up little clips of it, put it on my Instagram and whatever, and I own it. I don't have to worry about it. Bro, can I put that up? Or like, is there a copyright issue with that? Or do you know what I mean? It's just, all of that sort of stuff. It gave me so much artistic freedom in order to do that. And plus I could do it the way I wanted. So when I spoke to my management about it, probably got some of the best managers people would ask for. And they were like, yeah, cool, whatever. They believed in my vision, and they were like, right, let's shoot it. So we done it together, and we show it at the comedy club that I've pretty much grown up in, developed, and sold that out. And it was like people were starting to take notice. Like, you sold that out, and then I sold out the live show with my mates, and it's like, wow. And then to the point where like, a few weeks ago, I was doing Live at the Apollo. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, and then that was something that I put on my vision board at the start of the year. Live at the Apollo with, I'm shooting my own special, and I did both of them, and it's just really weird. But I didn't even think Live at the Apollo would happen that quickly.
You are very aware that because of those two steps, that's what made Live at the Apollo come right at you, though. So
yeah,
as opposed to another person who might sit there and say, right, well, I've got some material that's amazing for Live at the Apollo, but they've got no way of proving their concept. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And the thing is, I mean, I think now more than ever, not even just shows like Live at the Apollo, but I think TV shows and producers in general are looking at online followings, and it is becoming a lot more of a thing because obviously the way in which people engage with television has changed. People don't just necessarily watch it live, and you know, people may go back and watch it on demand. So they are going to gravitate towards people that are skilled as well as having a following. So juggling the two is very, very important. And I find it funny when a lot of comedians in particular, because that's my field, are adverse to embracing online technology. And I'm always sort of like, do you know what I mean? It's like somebody going, emails. it's never going to take on.
Yeah.
The take off. It's absolutely ridiculous. But it's like, you can go direct to consumer now. You can go straight to consumer. You've got an idea. You can film it. Obviously, it requires a bit of investment from your end. But what's better to you know, money can be remade, right? But the regret of not pursuing an idea or creating it, it's just gonna
kill you.
Yeah,
quite literally.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the money that you've invested and the time you've invested has made return. Like I've just like you just said, the Apollo. Yeah. But before we get onto the Apollo, like I'd love to know, and I'd love you to talk to our listeners about your style of comedy in your stand-up special, because I don't want to go over that without kind of pointing people towards watching it, because it's fucking hilarious. Right?
Thanks.
How would you describe it? If someone says, "What's your comedy style like, bro?"
I'd say it's a lot more American, in style.
Yeah, like Kae actually uses an American accent throughout the whole thing. Give us an example. It's great. Hey, how you doing today?
Hey, motherfuckers. I come out like Def Jam, go, motherfuck you, man. Hamburger. Hey, man, what's the deal with the Subway, man? That's just me for an hour. No, I mean, what I mean in American in style is it's very gag heavy, where I'm trying to be funny. There's a lot of impressions in there, and I sort of try and make points and stuff as well, but try and do it in a way that's accessible. I would say it's just funny, but yeah, it's a lot more American in style, because a lot of my influences were Black American comedians. You know, it was that kind of, like people like Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, and then later on like Bill Burr, maybe a bit of Russell Peters, that kind of thing. It's like all very American. Like that's the best way I could describe it. It's American style sound. That's the way it was described in a few reviews as well. Yeah.
I still feel like you're quite British though. Like you do cover topics that are very true to home.
Of course, yeah. But that's just by virtue of where I'm from. But I don't think I'm similar to like Peter Kay or. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very like, different.
Or like any of the sort of comics that you probably see on TV.
Yeah,
in this country.
I think you're very London centric, but you don't close yourself off from the rest of the UK. If you're from Scotland or Indonesia
Yeah.
or Sweden, like you said,
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
India, you can still connect with what you're saying.
Yeah,
which I think
yeah.
is sick, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think you're kind of it's solid comedy if you like classic comedy, but if you're like somebody who's part of the new wave Instagram vibe, you've still got energy in there that will kind of get them going as well.
Well, I mean, also I think like there's a lot of people that like to sort of tell stories and stuff, and I don't really like doing like long stories and stuff. I like doing bits that can go, you know, that people go laugh. I mean, it's great if you have like long bits and stuff and you can get the punchline that pays off. But I just like seeing people laugh consistently rather than, man, I'm going to tell a 10-minute story, and after this story, that laugh, you going to laugh? Oh my God.
That's pressure though. And I reckon we can see that from you in the future. I reckon we'll get some
once I
stories
get
from
like
that.
old and start being like, okay, let me give you the fucking truth.
Before
End up
my
like-
dick hairs were grey.
End up like George Carlin or something and just telling fucking giving lectures at
Mad
the end
stories,
towards my
yeah.
end of my career or
Back
something.
when we was in Europe.
yeah.
Yeah.
in the old days when we were in the EU,
Yeah.
it was great. We had regulations on our food. No, it's none of this pink slime bullshit we get.
So live at the Apollo, how much of the content?
I thought you were going to say, how much did you get paid?
Yeah, straight up. Let's put it out there.
Well, I did use material from our special in there, and the reason I did that was because it's a new audience. It's you're going to be seeing things like this. The Apollo's like shown all across the world, in Australia and on planes, New Zealand, like I think even America, like on BBC Worldwide. So, and when I was when I was doing it, like the audience that came out to see that was like nobody had ever seen me before. So, I was like, let me just give them the tried and tested. So obviously, when they see that, they're like, oh, what's this? And then they can go and Google me or whatever, and then see, oh, okay, wow, he's got a whole thing on there as well. And
Yeah. How was it though?
Oh my God, man! Like, you know when people say it's a dream come true, it's like it's usually very cliche, right? But someone found a tweet of me in 2011 saying, and this was before I'd even started stand up, saying I'll be on Live at the Apollo one day. And to see that tweet, I was like, oh shit! Like I've actually wanted. But do you know what's so crazy? Like when you get there and you're looking at it and everything, and you're like, wow, this is a show. Like it's all over so quickly.
Yeah.
And when people tell you to enjoy the moment and stay in a moment, you don't really like understand it until you're like, you get to a point like that where you're like, oh my God, like I need to suck everything in because this is literally over in a few hours. And yeah, so I was there, I was looking around at everything, like the seats empty, and then I was like, oh, right, I can't believe it. I couldn't believe I was doing it even when I was doing it.
Nice.
Like it was like even while I was on stage, I was like, it's like I can't.
Yeah.
I don't feel like. Do you know what I mean? It was weird because it just felt like another gig, and then the next night I was doing a uni gig, so in a uni SU, and it was just back down to reality. It was like, okay, yeah, we don't give a fuck who you are.
kept you nice and level, I guess. Like last time you came on the show and on Twitter, you've always cracked jokes about your parents saying that they think comedy's a phase for you right now.
Yeah.
When you drop the bomb, family,
Bro,
I'm on
you wanna know-
BBC.
You want to know? My parents really didn't give a shit. Like I hung a picture of myself up at the Apollo at home.
Yeah.
Walked by it. Didn't even realize. My dad walked by it. Didn't even realize. I was like, and my brother was like, "Oh, have you seen the picture?" He's like, "Huh? Oh yeah, it's nice." I was like, oh, great. But do you know what? Like, that's parents, innit?
Keeping
like,
you grounded.
Yeah. So even if they are proud of you, I think a lot of old school parents probably won't ever really go, yeah, I'm really proud of you. They'll just be like, yeah, whatever. But they'll tell their friends they are.
Oh, yeah.
My mum was like, well done. And my dad was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, well done. But it was, I don't think they actually understand the gravitas of it or whatever. And then just like, my mom was like, "What? So does this mean you're famous?" And I was like, "No, not yet."
Get famous quick so I can start bragging. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick, man. So live at the Apollo, and what's next for you now, then, man? Because you've got, you've done the live show, which you filmed. You've done live at the Apollo. Like, what are you thinking next? What do you want to manifest next?
Do you know what? I really want to. I want to go on tour. Hopefully next year. Try and do something about that. But nothing's set in stone yet. But hopefully. But I want to write a new show. And I think maybe. I think the next goal for me would be to get it on one of those platforms. Get the bag. No, I'm joking. Do you know what? I just I do want to get. I do want to write a new show, and I want to be better than the last one.
Yeah.
I obviously want to continuously do better. But I think even the way in which we given the lane I've created for myself, I don't think I need to be as rigid as other comics are in terms of like, I'm going to do an hour this year, I'm going to do an hour that. If I fancy putting out 10 minutes, I could put out 10 minutes. If it's well shot, I could put out whatever I want, really, because I've sort of created a lane for myself where it's like I don't need to exist within that sort of ecosystem that you've created, and I can just have fun with it. And I think when I started like deconstructing the way you're taught to do things in the industry, and I just started having fun again, everything started going a lot better, because it was like, oh yeah, I got into this because I just wanted to make people laugh, man. Like, I didn't get into this because like, oh, you need to do this. And it's like, fuck that, man. I'll just go on stage and just whatever comes to me, like I'm gonna do today. The funniest thing was after I was doing after I recorded my special and I was going back on stage and I had nothing, like I had no material left in it. Like, so I was like, I was trying to don't do all jokes in it. Don't do all jokes. Like, you've recorded that in it, and you were going on stage and you were like, right, shit, and it was like, crowd work.
So is everyone having a good time tonight? Yeah.
20 minutes of crowd work, like going at it. But it was like, I remember doing Mo Gilligan runs a night that he does, Mo Gilligan and Friends. He does that at Up the Creek, funnily enough. And I went on stage that night. He only wanted me to do a 10-minute slot, and I went on stage and the whole front row, immediately as I got on stage, I was just picking up each one by one and just ripping into them. And like everyone was going crazy at each one. And then there was this Colombian guy there, and then I just started zoning in on him. And then it was just, it went from like one to another. And it was just magical. And I was like, I never felt so free in a while, and I was like, oh, okay, like, yeah, this is the way to go. Just have fun with it. But I mean, I want to get into more acting. I want to hopefully write a sitcom. I want to I just want to do a lot of things, man. But I just like creating, and I've realized that, man. I like having ideas and following through with them. Like, I come up with a lot of ideas, sometimes not even just for myself, but for other people. Like, I'll be like, oh, do you know what you should do? And I think in terms of my long-term future, I think I will get into a stage where I might help other people with their careers.
Nice.
I think that's probably an angle I would go into, like where it will be like finding a direction for people and being like say, for example, I'm like, Marcus, I see something in you. I want to help you get to the next level or whatever. And it'll be like, how can I facilitate that? And that's something that I'm really looking forward to as well.
When I want to do my 5-minute bit of comedy, I'll give you a shout.
Would you do comedy?
I'll give it a go. It's a great challenge. Why not? I might even be funny. Who knows?
You are quite funny, but I think
it's a different kind of funny though.
Yeah,
bro.
you are quite funny.
Comedy's a different funny.
But it depends, I think, what kind of Marcus Bronzy you want to be on stage.
Just be myself, I guess. That's the easiest way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it not?
But would you swear?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Because your brand's quite clean cut and stuff. That's what I'm saying. I want to know if there's a darker side to you. It's just like,
you're talking to the guy that was with year 10s, yeah, while I was in year 8.
But that's what I mean.
You
like,
get dark.
Okay.
All right. Get me. Yeah, I swear. Do I come across as clean cut? Thank you very much. I like that.
As in, like, yeah, you do. You're very polite and.
Yeah, but being polite. Yeah, all right. I'll take that. Thank you. It's a compliment. But yeah, I think I'll be up for that.
I don't think, like, I can't see you going on stage and going,
look at this dickhead.
Not even just that, but more like taking it to the edge. You know, when people go, ooh, like, you're allowed to say that.
Really?
I can't see you doing that.
Maybe that's the challenge then. But not going into it so overzealously and killing my career before I've even started. Like, going in and just saying.
And I see certain open micers trying to be Frankie Boyle. I'm like, bro,
don't do it. Don't do it.
You're not that guy yet. Like, you need to build up a bit of a reputation.
Yeah, I don't think I could come in and like start trying to negotiate like trans situations the way David Chappelle did in his last sort of
David
special.
Chappelle. Hold on. Why did you make him sound like some 18th century writer?
David Chappelle, the legend.
David Chappelle.
David Chappelle. Je see. Yeah. Speaking about David Chappelle, but you are already helping your peers as well, because I don't know if it's as known as it should be, but you do a lot of writing for TV, like loads of writing for TV.
Well, I wouldn't say loads.
All of the TV that you watch is written by Kae Kurd, pretty much.
No. I mean, I've written on a couple shows, but like I helped on Tez Ilyas's show on Channel 4 called The Tez O'Clock Show. Yeah. And one of the sketches I wrote went viral, so not bragging. But, it did. It was the Love Island sketch. We did like what would happen if, because he's Pakistani, and his show had like little sketches about like Pakistani culture and stuff like that. There was a segment on it called the Pakistani Broadcasting Corporation. So I was like, what would happen if they created Love Island? What would that look like?
Yeah.
And I was like, it wouldn't be any contestants in there. It would just be the mothers in the villa. And then him and the producer started laughing, and I was like, right, yeah, we should just do that. Trust me, we'll go viral. And they were like, none of them watched Love Island, didn't it? And they were like, I don't know. All right, cool, whatever. And then I wrote out like the outline of it and whatever. Like later on, like obviously other people like contributed to it, but whatever. And then when it went out, it was like, it went on every meme page imaginable. Like it went on like I'm Just Bait, Young Kings TV, Urban all of these little Instagram meme pages, and it got like over 500k on each one. And like I was just like, this is crazy, but it was so fun, because it was like, for me, that was something that I wasn't even in. Like I was nowhere near the shooting. I did the voiceover for it though. Like I did an impression of Ian Sterling on there.
Welcome back to What's Love Got to Do with the Island? Let's meet the Islanders. Mothers of hapless singletons trying to arrange their children's marriages.
My name is Mrs. Ahmad. My daughter Sophia is 24. She's a dental nurse. Very sweet girl, very sweet. And I just want to find a nice boy for her, someone who'll put her in her place and not let her be tortured by Western ideals.
Of course, Mrs. Ahmed, because we don't want radical ideas like equality seeping through society.
And
Shout out to Siri.
my Apple Watch can, I don't understand. Lovely. It doesn't understand Ian Sterling. Yeah, and it was so funny. Like I think it's a growth within myself as well to see something go well where you're not the star of it. Do you see where I'm coming from? Where it's like you're sort of like behind the scenes about it, and it was great. Yeah. But that was a great show, and it was great fun to do that. And I wrote a bit on Don't Hate, like the first series of Don't Hate the Players as well.
Yeah.
Couple ghostwriting raps and that, like I didn't ever think I'd be a rapper, but there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Out here doing the Quentins.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to write a lot more on TV shows, but I think I want to. Hopefully, I mean, the next step will be like a sitcom or something for myself.
Yeah.
And I really want a sitcom where I've got freedom to do what I want. So I don't know whether it's. I think it will be fun when I get to a stage where people are like, well, we just want to work with you, kind of thing, and then they give you enough freedom to do what you want rather than try and shoehorn you into their particular way of thinking. And I think once I'm afforded the same sort of freedom like somebody like Donald Glover was on Atlanta, then I can create something that I'll really be proud of. Like, here's the budget,
Go.
do whatever you want. Yeah, just go.
Yeah,
and then that would be ideal to me. Yeah.
I think that will come with the more stuff that you create and prove yourself with. That's going to come. Someone's going to come along with that check, and then you can be like, great, I can make it for about 5% of what you're giving me. Take the rest, profit.
No, man, I think like I'm big on
99.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm big on collaboration.
All right, cool,
right?
cool.
I think a lot of people are very precious about ideas as well,
yeah.
and they're like, oh no, this is my idea, man. Like, where should? But I'm like, I'm always like, yo, like this is gonna be better if there's a bunch of us doing this. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we may not make as much. I personally might not make as much money, but if I hire you, and if I hire Billy, for example, and we're doing it together, one, you're not as lonely, and two, you can have fun while you're making the thing as well, and it's going to be better because the energy you've got. You might know, like when you're filming something, when it's by yourself, it's a bit like, oh God, like all right, like do you know what I mean? Like very self-conscious or whatever. But when you're with somebody else and you're bouncing off their energy and they're bouncing off you, and then you just come up with things sometimes without even realizing it. You'd be like, oh, do you know what would be funny if we did that? And I think those moments are lost when people are so focused on, no, I've got to do it by myself. I'm going to write it. I'm going to star in it. I'm going to do everything. It's going to be me. Like, it's just like, bro, man, like just give somebody else a chance as well. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I think people respect you more as well, and you'll have a better legacy. And also in this day and age, even for promotional reasons, like the more people you have involved, the more people see it. You see something like Top Boy, look how many people were involved with that, and how widespread it was, because it's like, oh, this guy, that person, she's in it. Look, have you seen the soundtrack? So everybody was a part of it, and everybody felt invested in it enough to promote it, which is why it became a global hit this time around on Netflix.
Yeah. And do you think we're getting more of that in the comedy scene in the UK then?
Hard to say. I'm big on it. I'm always working with different people, and I'm always up for it. But I wouldn't say we see that sort of like on mainstream TV or anything like that. No, I don't.
Right.
I don't.
People
do podcasts and stuff together, but I think podcasts are a bit of an easy one where like a lot of people just want guests. Like so, that one is. But when it's creating like actual things, I think we need more of it. But because you look at American writers' rooms, there's like 20 writers in there sometimes.
Oh, they don't mess around. Like it's like the more the merrier. Literally, there's so much content out there. People don't.
But people always go, oh yeah, they've got bigger budgets and whatever, and it's just like fair enough, but
it works.
I mean, if you, all it takes is one person to do that, and for for the show to become a worldwide hit, and then more people will be like, do you know what, we should do the same thing.
Yeah.
And then it will snowball. But because we've had things like Only Fools and Horses in the past, where it was like written by like one person, or like, and it had like an additional couple of people helping out here and there, people think it can just have, it's like, bro, that's not going to happen again. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to get things like that happening. But there are a couple little shows here and there. I think Stathlets Flats is fucking awesome. I think that show is hilarious. But again, we don't see too many sitcoms that really like do that well anymore. I know, like,
I think the format's just, it either needs a big refresh or we just need to adapt it to that Netflix market. Do you know what I mean? That on-demand market. I think that like you said, that Only Fools and Horses format works, but worked then. But now, if I was to see something like that was that stiff with gags like that, I don't know. I think it needs someone like yourself to take it.
You can't be talking shit about Only Fools.
No, I think it's great. It's great. Okay, but if that was to come out today.
Oh, of course, yeah. But it's like Fresh Prince.
No, I think that's the exception to the rule. That's amazing today. When I watched that today, but that might be because I watched it when I was younger.
But I watched it when I was young as well. But
young people watch it today.
That would be a good litmus test actually for any of these sitcoms. If young people today still watch it and go, right, because there's a lot of people that are saying Friends is shit now.
I've heard a lot of comedians actually say that Friends was atrocious, and I'm like, that was one of the highest.
Listen, I'm not going to talk shit about anything that like did well and it smashed it in its time like that, right? Well, I mean, I will talk shit about some things if it were racist or whatever, for example.
But maybe R. Kelly, we'll talk shit about him. Yeah.
But I mean, you're going to listen to Ignition. You're not going to turn it off, are you?
But I mean, I might step in the name of love sometimes.
Like, well, I can't listen to Vibe. What? I'm checking.
If you're at dinner and somebody's really going in about R. Kelly or some kind of or somebody who's been caught out a celebrity, if you hit them with a line like that, it's so great triggering them, sitting there pushing the button.
No, but Michael Jackson's the big one.
Yeah,
because I've got a bit about the Michael Jackson for all now, but I just feel like no one's not going to listen to Michael Jackson, innit?
No.
Everyone's going to continue to listen to Michael Jackson.
100.
He's uncancelable. Like, it's unfortunate, but like, if you do plan on touching kids, be talented.
What if No, but don't just.
I'm not justifying
at touching the kids. Be talented at touching the kids, or be talented outside it.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
because
Alright, just to
you'll get
clarify.
cancelled, but your art won't, innit? But
what if? Do you think if a video drops like
I'm
an R.
fucking
Kelly
around, by the way. This is all humor jokes,
comedy
haha.
podcast? Haha. If
Tech podcast.
if they had the technology to bring back, if they had a video of Michael Jackson that was as damning as R. Kelly, do you think he could still survive? If there was a video and he's like, "Hey, come over here."
Have you seen the video for Thriller? It's I don't think it's as good as everyone says it is. I'll be honest with you. Do you know what? I think, firstly, if there was like a blurry video of anybody, you could possibly say it was Michael Jackson, just at different periods of his life.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot of looks to go on.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just like it could be Michael from any point in time.
I'm just saying, like, what would it take to cancel Michael? What
If
would
there
it
were,
take?
I think if there was literally footage of him rubbing his cock on a camera, and even then, people would still be like,
How old was the camera
I wanna
though?
rock with you all night, dance the night away. But I mean, the clues were there, man. That guy was literally singing "Pretty Young Thing," allegedly.
But
But yeah,
it in case stand
I
up.
want to love you, PYT, Pretty Young Thing. I want to give you love and care, and I don't know the rest of the words, but and so on and so forth.
So it would take a video to cancel Michael then?
I don't even know if the video would do it, like a recording or whatever. But I mean, we talk all about all of that sort of stuff. There were certain Hollywood producers that allegedly did a lot of this stuff, and people have just forgotten about them. But there was like recordings and stuff of those guys, and they're still pretty much working.
It's mad.
Kevin Spacey's still working, ain't he?
No, didn't he get booted off House of Cards? I've not seen him. I've not seen him around
He's
since.
probably doing like a play or two here and there. Like, wasn't he at some award ceremony recently, like presenting?
There's Teen Awards.
That's funny. See, there you go. Stand up. Edgy. There we go.
One joke in the can. I've got 5 seconds to stand up. Yes. Thank you. Good night.
You could do it, bro. Actually, yeah.
So you're pretty good mates with Mo the comedian. You mentioned him a couple of times. You guys went to Fringe together, right? I'm thinking that, yeah.
Oh yeah, we went to the Fringe Festival in 2015, and we done a little double hander. I did half an hour, he did half an hour, and we went for the last 10 days, and we were trying to flyer and put our posters up everywhere, and it was like, oh my God, it was such a struggle back then. Trying to get people into your show. It was like midday. And at the Fringe Festival, people are still waking up at midday. Like, who wants to go to a comedy show at midday?
What kind of crowd were you getting in?
Oh my gosh, it was weird, man. Japanese tourists, like some locals, like just, it'd be a mixed bag of people. It was just a really weird vibe a lot of the time. Oh, have I unplugged something by accident?
You're right, mate. You're good.
It was just a really, really weird group of people a lot of the time. They were nice people, obviously. They came to our show, so it was good. But we would ask for like a bucket collection at the end, and I remember we would always be like, we didn't have that much money at the time, and we were like, oh fucking hell, man, can we buy lunch with this, or we're gonna have to like dip into our actual bank accounts and stuff like. And I remember one day someone gave €5, and we were looking at each other like, no, who takes these €5 though? Who takes the €5? No, because that's £3. Yeah. No, if I give you £3, can I take the €5? So it's fun, but it's fun because it was weird. I tweeted about this as well because we took a picture there of him next to one of the posters, and I took one as well. But within 4 years and a day to that picture, when that picture was taken, he announced a Netflix special.
There you go.
So it was so surreal because it was so weird on this day feature on iPhone. You know, in your photos, it was like it came up with that picture, and I was like, shit, like because I'd literally just like, and it was like he was announcing it, and I was like, fucking hell, like that is mad. And that's one time where I was like, you know, when you're looking at a feature in your phone, and you're like, yo, iOS 12.9 or whatever it is, like, You did your thing, bruv.
Yeah. Respect.
That was sick.
Good algorithms.
Yeah. I really like that. I mean, I actually like the on this day features on a lot of these platforms now. I think if you're good with tech and you're backing up your stuff regularly,
Nice.
it provides you some great moments.
Nice way of tying that into tech. Thank you very much. So
I'm big on tech, by the way. Like I really want to do a whole show about tech.
we're here, bro.
Yeah. As in,
Like TV, radio, podcast. What do you want to do?
No, even doing stand up about it. It'll be weird, like, but I don't know. I'll find a way. But yeah, I really want to get into tech because I see like, who's that guy, Marcus Brownlee?
Yes,
He's
Marcus Brownlee,
killing it.
MBKHD.
He is killing it, bro.
Yeah.
Always with a red camera and stuff, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah. Yourself, obviously, like
Another Marcus.
I see
Marcus Brownsy.
Yeah. I see the stuff you do. Like I saw you in a car, like driving around. Was it some muddy fields or something?
Oh, when I drove to Le Mans in the Ford Mustang.
Bro, I
Or-
was
or-
so jealous. I was so happy for you
Same.
because I was like, that's sick what he's doing. But I was like, oh my God, that is such a getting paid to do that stuff. That's sick.
You know what? It's nice being the dickhead with the super loud car for once, yeah. Driving around,
And that's what
pissing off people.
what they've asked you to do essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, would you mind driving around this ridiculously large V8 5-liter engine? And my first answer was
Climate change.
Who's going to pay for? Whoops. Who's going to pay for petrol? That was my first question because I'm
Yeah.
like, bruv, this car's like £120 to fill up a time. bro."
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, that was a big. But
What's
yeah,
the
we've got to
best
show
piece of tech you've reviewed?
You know what? That's a hard one because it depends.
Okay,
what
this
it's
year.
for. I've got to say one of my favorite pieces of tech has got to be the DJI Osmo Pocket because it's a little
That is
gimbal
sick. That is sick.
and it's like the size of a Mars bar after the sugar level.
Sorry, I fucked up the levels. I was shouting like that is sick.
That's all right. Yeah, and it's just like a gimbal. You can do time lapses with it. You can do photos with it. You can shoot stuff with it, and it literally fits in your pocket.
I've got a DJI Osmo 2
Sick.
with, but you have to put your phone on it and stuff, and with a DJI app. But like the tracking on that is flipping incredible. But
imagine you can just leave your phone
Yeah.
in your pocket, or you can actually connect your phone to the Osmo.
yeah,
Pocket,
I've seen it. Yeah,
and it just works. It's sick. So right, anyway, Kae Kurd, thank you for coming on the show. Before
Thanks
we
for
let you
having
go, we've put together a new little game that we're going to play with each of our guests.
Ooh.
It's going to be fact or fiction, fact
Okay.
or bullcrap. For this, we're going to call it Kurd or Turd.
mad. Love
All right.
it.
So
Inside the
we're going to ask you. We're going to pick a topic for you, which
Okay.
is related to you very loosely. In fact, we stretched this beyond measure to get it there. So bear with me, right? So for this game of Kurd or Turd,
Yes,
we're going to give you some facts about Kurd, right? Not K-U-R-D, because that Kae Kurd from your Kurdish background, I presume, right?
yeah.
But about the actual food called Kurd.
Oh, as in like curds of whey.
There you
cheese
go.
and-
There you go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So we're going to talk about Kurd, right? So I'm going to give you a few facts, and you've got to tell me whether it's
Okay.
Kurd or Turd. We even got sound effects as well. If it's Kurd, if it's correct, then we've got the ping, and if it's Turd wrong, we've got the
Pretty generic. Real. I
What should we have had? Kurd or
yeah, I thought it would be something like that. Like it would just be me going inside or something.
Should
That'd be great.
we do that? All right, you can pick. If it's Kurd, what is it going to be then?
Inside.
And if it's wrong, if it's Turd, what are you going to say?
Allow that.
Okay, cool. So just to clarify, for a Kurd, it's going to be,
Inside.
and for a Turd, it's going to be.
Allow that.
Right, so fact number one, right? So we're going to talk about.
There's no music. Do 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 do
Wait.
do 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 do.
Cue the music! Oh, yes.
Okay.
Cheesy as shit. All right, so fact number one.
Cheesy. Okay.
You see what I did?
Hey.
Fact number one, curd can heal sunburns. Whilst aloe vera might be one of the best remedies for sunburns, it's not always readily available or cheap. In such cases, curd is the next best alternative because applying it over sunburns will instantly ease pain, cool down the area, and reduce the redness. In fact, for best results, you should apply curd at least 4 to 5 times over your sunburns until it goes away.
Allow that. Allow that.
So you're going to call that turd then,
That's
yeah?
a turd. That's turd. Inside. Oh, that's true.
It's true.
Who the fuck's putting cheese and shit over themselves, bro? 4 to 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, man. That's why people end up like buying holidays from Thomas Cook, and then they're surprised like inside it goes down under. The place ain't been at all protected since 2015. Inside, deserve every bit of strandedness you get.
That's all right. Kurd or turd number 2. There's a Kurd festival every year in Somerset. Every year people flock to Somerset to create the best curd in a curd congeal-off, similar to the Great British Bake Off, where there's a panel of judges, including
you know what,
descendants of Curtis Cunningham. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, this is true, isn't it?
Creator of curd.
This is curd.
They test the curd by sampling a bit of it, swinging it around in their mouths and spitting it out, testing it for taste, sweetness and congeniality.
I'm gonna say that's true. Yeah, that's curd. Allow that. Fucking mad, bro.
Allow that.
Allow that.
It's actually false, but that sounds pretty convincing.
That sounded like I was because Somerset, we've got the big congeal off. Oh, every year it comes in. We've got Curtis Cunningham's granddaughter. She's going to be here. It's going to be wonderful.
Someone's going to write in and be like, you fuckers, it's true.
We have that with cider.
Kurd or turd, it's a great stress buster. Cortisol doesn't just make you fat, it also increases your stress levels. That's why having curd every day is a great way of keeping your head calm, because it's capable of reducing your body's circulating cortisol levels. Is that curd
inside,
or is it turd?
Allow that. I should know this. But do you know what? A lot of like Middle Easterners and Greek people have like yogurt for breakfast and stuff. True. And they're all best stressed and angry. An economy's got to shit. There's wars all over the place. I'm gonna say it's false. Yeah, it's turd. Inside. For fuck's sake, man. Hey, that's a lie. I'm giving you like hardcore proof that people that have any sort of lactose-based products.
You know what? Lactose was one of the things we were going to talk about, right?
Yeah.
But I thought you might be too clued up on it, because you are quite wise when it comes to stuff like this. Right, are you ready for your final one? We'll do one more. We've got loads of these, but we'll do one more.
Oh man, I could do this all day.
Kurd or turd? It improves your sexual health. Curd is a natural aphrodisiac.
That's fucking turd, bruv. Ain't nobody had some cheese and gone, I feel horny, bruv. Yeah, you've never had some cheese strings and gone, babe, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you tonight. Like
is there
no girl comes home after like ice cream and goes, yeah, you're gonna get it, big boy. Like it's not happening.
Is there a sexy cheese out there? What is the sexiest cheese? What would be a sexy cheese?
There is no sexy cheese.
I'd lick a Philadelphia off a nipple. That would be good. Does that count?
Jesus Christ. This guy, man. Philadelphia off a nipple.
I'd lick Philadelphia off a nipple, yeah.
Okay.
Put that on my gravestone.
Okay, a Philadelphia off a nipple, that is mad.
Just like not like a full teaspoon, just like a little bit of it.
But salmon usually goes with a cream cheese bagel.
I'm not eating a bit of salmon and cream cheese off a nipple. So, curd, improving your sexual health. Well, it's a natural aphrodisiac, but it also affects its effects on your sexuality are not just restricted to enhancing your libido and stamina. It, in fact, also has the ability to reduce impotence, and increase the volume of semen produced.
Hold on. Increase the amount of semen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, all that's gonna do is make you like have like semen that looks like cheese.
That is a sexy cheese, man. That's a sexy cheese.
Curdled semen. Like, it's not gonna come out like guns. Like, whoosh. It's gonna be like, it'll be like a dribble.
Blink.
That's nasty, man. Nah, man.
So that's down as right. So that is actually
inside. What? So what? You could have cheese. Cheese makes you horny.
Curd isn't just any cheese. It's curd, man.
Nah, man. This is nonsense, bruv.
Should we give you?
Where is the fact for that, bruv? Now, where's your source? I want to see your bibliography.
We will give you the link. We'll give you the link to Wikipedia.
No, I want to see your bibliography now, bruv.
We'll give you the link.
So, where's your citations?
We'll give you the link. We'll give you the link. All right, cool. Here's one more. Right, are you ready for this? Do you want one more?
Yeah, go on, man.
Cool. Last one.
Fucking vexing me.
Anthony Joshua is one of a number of high-profile athletes that consumes vast quantities of curd throughout their training camp. It provides him with energy and slow intake proteins, vitamins, and nutrients he needs.
He looks like he eats anything, innit? Like, he looks like he was just born with a six-pack, though.
He looks like, I mean, the Nige genes in him are strong. He looks like he could just eat yams and his six pack would just grow.
Bruv, there was a picture of him like when he started boxing at 17, and the guys, I was like, how do I get to the before? Like, 'cause that looks good.
How does your before look like afters?
Yeah. Let me get to that level. But yeah, go on, true, man. Kurd.
I love that.
For fuck's sake, bro. Everything was the other.
I was going to say the only fight that he didn't have his 50 grams of curd for every training session was that Andy Ruiz Jr. one, but I thought that would have been a bit too bait for you.
No, it looked like Andy Ruiz was having a lot of that.
He looks like a lot. Yeah, that was it. Curd or turd. Thank you for taking part in that game. How was that for you?
I lost. That was as bad as a golf game.
You know what? It's glad to play a game that's going to guarantee that you never fucking come back on the show again. You're like,
I'll come back.
Show, bruv.
I'll definitely come back here, man. Next time, let me just review a camera or something, innit?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. No problem. We've got some tech. We've got some tech that we can send you to have a look at.
Where's the VR? Let me watch the VR shit.
You have a VR, man. Fuck this shit. Yeah. No, thanks for coming on the show. We'll put links to the stand-up show that you've got out. We'll put links to live at the
Sorry,
Apollo
I've just noticed a shoe in the studio, and I want to know whose that is.
It's a slipper. It's not.
That is a mad.
It's a granddad slipper.
That is a mad shoe. That
it's a
shoe.
Granddad slipper.
That's spelled SHEW. That's one of those.
It's a granddad slipper. The early bird
nasty, bro.
catches the worm.
Okay, you look like you're about to pick out Doc Cotton in a crowd and just.
Hey, they do look like something Doc Cotton would wear. They're my slippers.
Anyway, yeah. Check out Kurd Your Enthusiasm on YouTube.
Kurd Your Enthusiasm, and also on all the socials as well.
Yeah,
please.
Kae Kurd, KAEKURD. Just type in KAEKURD on any social network you're on.
Yeah.
Hinge, Raya, Tinder. What else am I on? No, I'm not on any of them anymore. I'm joking, but I was at one point.
What was the best out of all those?
Raya was all right because everybody had blue ticks. I'm joking.
What elitist.
No, it was nah, do you know what it was? It was just fun to have for like 10 minutes, and then you're just like, I ain't gonna talk to anybody on this anyway.
Are you old school? Do you prefer like the art of the chirps?
Do you know what I don't like? Do you know what I find really weird about dating apps, right? Is girls always say in their dating profiles like, oh yeah, like don't come at me with something that's more interesting than hey or hi. But when it's like with Bumble, for example, the girl has to make the move. What's their first move? Hey. Hi. How are you doing?
Have you got a male toupee? Have you got a male weave?
Just please, like glass houses and all of that.
So when they're hitting you up, what would you want them to say? What would be a good line? Have you had any good lines?
Yeah, I have had good lines. Someone's like noticed something about me on my Instagram page or like one of my photos or whatever, and they've said something funny, and I've been like, yeah.
Keeper.
Yeah.
Or at least let him get past level
but I'm
1.
like, yeah, that's you got banter in it. Like,
yeah, I hear that.
Got banter in it. Like, I love it. Like, good chat. You know what I mean? Like, it's great.
Yeah, man. Nah, you're fucking funny, bro. Thanks for coming on the show. Also, the Quotas Full podcast as well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely smashing podcast. I love listening to it. If you think Kurd is out there by himself, when you put him in a room full of a bunch of his peers, you guys really come up with some cool shit, man.
Yeah, I mean,
ask your dad.
Yeah.
It's one of the best memes that's come out of that.
Yeah. I think it's nice because there's a balance of informative discussion as well as like funniness. Like anytime it gets a bit too serious, somebody will come out with something and it just brings the
tone right back down to where it needs to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. All right, thanks for coming on the show. Plenty of ways to kill some time out there. You can find me, Marcus Bronzy, Marcus BRONZY on all the social medias, and How to Kill an Hour. Type that in and you'll find us too. Plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Thank you for killing some time with us.